On September 14, a drone attack would take place inside a residential neighborhood, initially wounding 2 civilians. However, the drone would strike again in the same area, minutes later, killing 10 civilians and injuring many more. Later that night, the victims of this horrific drone attack would be laid to rest in Unauthorized Church.
These drone and aerial attacks have repeatedly targeted residential areas. As all of you know, today's attack took place in a neighborhood known as Dagmamsal. It hit the same area twice. At first, the residential house was hit and 2 civilians were injured. But the second round looks as if it was intentionally done to kill the first respondents here. It killed and injured many civilians that include children and the elderly. This is so shocking.
Abiy Ahmed
has repeatedly targeted civilians like children and elderly inside their homes in Magala. This attack was inside a residential house. Those that died are civilians.
The attack took place while people were asleep. Many promising young and old people have been killed. The government's main characteristic is annihilating the people of Tigray.
The attendees of the funeral also told us that the last hope they've had for peace is shattered by these attacks that have killed and wounded their loved ones.
The government of Tigray has repeatedly called out for a peaceful resolution to the conflict. There is nothing to gain from violence and war. Everything can be resolved peacefully through negotiation and peace talk, but the Ethiopian government kept on sending drones and jets instead.
This is very clear that the attack was done intentionally to hurt and annihilate the people of Tigray.
This is a diabolical act. As religious leaders, we preach and pray for peace. This is a dreadful act.
It is to be recalled that on August 26, an aerial attack took place in a children's playground around a residential area in Magala that killed 7 civilians, including 2 children. These attacks would leave civilians in Tigray terrified as they have constantly targeted civilian residential neighborhoods.